So let's see if it all works this time. So how's it going? My name is Yukino, aka Marty BP, and we're gonna go head back right into The Walking Dead again. Funny story actually. A moment ago my PlayStation actually died of heat, and for some reason now it turns on again. It sounds like a fan on the background, so that's great. That's great. Fucking get a new one. But other than that, I thought it was actually dead, so I was like, no, I can't play games anymore. Well, I had a Switch. I have 2 Switches, so I wouldn't care.
Flow regulator. We needed to repair the second pump, and guess what? I woke up this morning with water up to my ankles, so that sucks. Time is slipping away from me faster than I expected.
What area is the regulator in? I'll track it down.
The regulator is in Bywater. Blue-collar part of town. Warehouses, auto repair shops, small homes shoved in where possible. There's a huge lumber yard there, too. From what I heard through tower radio chatter, a bunch of valuable machinery was discovered in a storeroom. No specifics, though. You're gonna have to poke around. Oh, and I looked into the key you mentioned. I hate to say it, but we need it. Only way to access the final pump station. So you should keep things cool with May for the time being.
What do you think of May?
Well, it's hard to tell. The tower is really going after her, spreading all kinds of unflattering words, but I don't trust much coming from them. I guess the verdict on May is still out for me. What about you?
So far, she's held up her end of the bargain when I help her out. That's a solid sign.
Yeah, and hopefully things will stay that way. And hey, I want you to know how much I appreciate what you're doing for me. It's nice to know someone has my back for once. Beginning to believe I actually might survive this. There was a time when
everything still works.
Never mind. I'm trying to keep the dark thoughts out.
You're welcome. Glad to help.
Just hit me up when you've snagged the pump part from Bywater. I'll do my best to stay dry in the meantime. Might try to elevate my cot a few feet so I don't wake up floating. Talk to you soon, tourist. Stay safe up there.
I'll be fine. Got enough with me to deal with. Oh. I can't get there yet. There's something here too. So we're first going to the ward and then make our way to Bywater. But there was also a part here that I needed to do. So let's see if we can find it. Oh, the loading screen. I hope my PlayStation doesn't blow up. But we'll see about that today. If I suddenly cut out, or the stream suddenly stops, you know why. But so far, so good. Oh, it's so starting on my nose. I don't know what's up. Look down again, look up again. For some reason, like, the headset hasn't been comfortable lately. What, is this some sort of industrial terrain? I love when the texture hasn't loaded in quite yet. What do I have here? A bow?
I am not a born leader, but by the time I was 13 years old, I had seen it all. Hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, starvation, disease. Haiti never seemed to catch a break. So when the dead started to rise and panic overtook my adopted home of New Orleans, I was ready to rise. My neighbors were scared, but they were also resilient. All they needed was a voice to rally around. And in a moment of pure passion, a moment charged with a desperate drive to make certain we all survived, I took the lead, and they listened. But those first few days were pure chaos. So much loss, and yet we were able to gain a foothold in the Ninth Ward. We put our collective minds to work. Set up a scavenge system that was both safe and fruitful. Word started getting out. If you wanted to survive, go find Mama and her people. But soon, our community had outgrown the capacity of our perimeter. A decision had to be made. Start turning others away. Venture forth and establish. I am not a boy, but by the time I was 13 years old, I had seen it all. Hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, starvation, disease. Haiti never seemed to catch up. So when the dead started to rise and panic overtook my adopted home of New Orleans, I was ready to rise. My neighbors were scared, but they were also resilient. All they needed was a voice to rally around. And in a moment of pure passion, a moment charged with a desperate drive to make certain we all survived, I took the lead, and they listened. But those first few days were pure chaos. So much loss, and yet we were
I
able to
heard
gain a
drenched in
foothold
blood,
in
the
the
hottest
ninth
fashion
ward.
trend of the season.
We put our collective minds to work. Set up a
Fuck outta
scavenge
here.
system that was both safe and fruitful. Word started getting out. If
Hey,
you wanted to survive, go find Mama and her people. But soon, our community had outgrown the capacity of our perimeter. A decision had to be made. Start turning others away, or venture forth and establish a new home that could support every lost soul who found their way to our doorstep. I think you can guess what decision I made. The tower will always stand. Mama.
That's the tourist? Out of your shit, tourist! Hey, get the fuck out of here! Take this asshole down! Where?
Crap! Of course I can. I kind of messed up. No, restart. I want to restart this one. Maybe I don't have to kill them. Maybe I don't. Where we left off apparently was we got the item for the guy, and now he found another valve that we need to pick for him, so we can completely remove the waters. But to get there, we need to go through a different area where I also have a crest, where I need to send a certain item somewhere for May, and then that spot is done. The problem, however, is I have no clue where I need to put that item. So I'm now going to restart and see if I can fix what I made.
Our battles with the dead in those early days were vicious and exhausting. We had zero control, and the fiends were everywhere. If our community was going to survive and grow, we had to radically rethink our approach. Our home and the area immediately around it needed to be entirely within our control. With that in mind, and while I stood atop one of our rickety barricades, I looked to the skyline and saw the promised land. A silhouette against the purple and orange of God's dazzling canvas. 45 stories.
Where do I need to put the item? That's my question.
There is our home, I thought. A place where we could flourish on our own terms. In 2 days, I had our entire community organized and ready to march. 48 desperate but motivated souls, prepared to abandon what we had worked so hard to secure for the hope of a brighter future. The journey was through hell itself. So thick with the dead, it took us 3 sleepless days and nights to travel just a single mile to the town gates. But by God, we made it. Not one life lost. We did it as one determined heart, one determined soul. But as we stood there, gazing up at our future, filled with the hope of what it could become, we knew that the world was far from over. The tower was a tomb. Each floor of the 45 was infested with the dead. One final challenge that we, the founders of our glorious community, were resolved to overcome by any means necessary.
So where do I take that one item?
I suggest you get lost.
Alright, they're not friendly.
Quit poking around.
I still need to find that one item where I need to drop it.
Shit, someone's close.
Where do I need to put the item?
Did you see that guy who jumped off the antenna last week?
I need to find that one spot.
Hey, beat it!
There isn't a guy I can talk with here. Alright, no one has said anything yet. That's good.
I am not a born leader, but by the time I was 13 years old, I had seen it all. Hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, starvation, disease. Haiti never seemed to catch a break. So when the dead started to rise and panic overtook my adopted home of New Orleans, I was ready to rise.
Maybe somewhere here.
My neighbors were scared, but they were also resilient. All they needed was a voice to rally around, and a moment of pure passion, a moment charged with a desperate drive to make certain we all survived. I took the lead, and they listened. But those first few days were pure chaos. So much loss, and yet we were able to gain a foothold in the Ninth Ward. We put our collective minds to work, set up a scavenge system that was both safe and fruitful. Word started getting out. If you wanted to survive, go find Mama and her people. But soon, our community had outgrown the capacity of our perimeter. A decision had to be made. Start turning others away, or venture forth and establish a new home that could support every lost soul who found their way to our doorstep. I think you can guess what decision I made. The tower will always stand. Mama.
I don't even like the way you walk. If you enjoy life.
I see you.
Like a fucking mosquito that just won't die!
Fuck off. This is going great. Can't you guys tell? I'm just being sneaky peeky like. Ooh.
Mosquitoes. You're going to shoot. Chicken shit. You sure? Got a hoop.
What you want? I'm gonna enjoy taking your ass out, tourist. Tired of your shit, tourist.
How does this gun work?
Piece of shit you are!
Fuck you, corpse! You messed up starting shit. Sure, this is what you want? You must be stupid showing your face around here. Please, when I waste you.
Okay, where do I put the fucking bullets? Huh? It's time to get to the starting point again. Oh my god. I didn't see the love the gameplay on my screen. I hate this. Un momento. Maybe I need to do the setup for it, like relog myself into PlayStation Network with my YouTube account, and maybe then it will fix the problem. I don't know. I want to read the people's shit. Woo! But we're back alive. Barely. Fucking barely. I don't care at this point. Screw that.
The traitor bitch has been exploiting tower safe routes, so we are switching things up. Keep her on her toes. Maybe even rid the outskirts of some exiles while we're at it. New stirring schedule below. George.
Why am I keep hearing this sound? Oh, it's this. A15. That's almost broken. We're gonna be tonight's snower. Boom, 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 boom. Now we can go to Bywater and do what I feel like doing. I got the item that May wanted, so... The tower views May Benoit as a traitor, but many excelled by the tower viewer as a hero for helping them survive. We gotta help May out a lot. We gotta make friends. Indeed it is. I'm gonna restart the stream again because for some reason I can't read the messages again. Restarting. I'm getting pretty sick and tired of this shit.